Durham region.
Welcome back to another season of Pickering Soccer here on Rogers TV. I'm Saif Ahmed here with Samuel Menendez of the Pickering Soccer Club. And today we have the Pickering Power Green taking on the Ajax Red in the U11 Boys Division. Well, Sammy, it's nice to have you in the broadcast. What can you tell about the Pickering U11 boys? How they've been doing this season?
They've been doing fairly well so far. They've won a couple of their games tied, but they've also taken some defeats.
And I'm guessing they've been a few games into the season so far, about 4 or 5 games in?
Yeah, 6 or 7.
Yep. And is taken down there on the Pickering side by the Ajax player. So free kick. And who's playing keeper for Pickering right here in the first half today?
Miles Graves.
That's Miles Graves, okay. So ball going in the center field. Here it comes out now, Ajax with possession. It's number 10, Brandon Million, going wide. To Jelani Brathwaite looking for a ball through the goal. It comes out to Agent Servant with a shot, and that's saved by Miles Graves. And he holds on to it. Graves just plays it out wide for his defender. Nice cut in by Nicholas Somis. Ajax almost with the interception, but Pickering gets it back. Nice play by Campino Rico. Threw the ball too far there from the center forward, number 32, Cole Verbansik. And it looks like it's going to be a goal kick here for Ajax. I'm sure this is going to go just wide. Here for number 18, Caesar Ramsey Wack, Augustus, whose pass is just out of reach. And here comes Darren Malone with the ball. Looking for some open teammates. Gets dispossessed. Verbansik gets it back. Nicholas Iliopoulos gives it a chase. Plays it back. There's a nice little flick there from Verbansik. Right to the Ajax keeper, who just throws it down the field. Not a bad option there. Try to catch the Pickering team off balance. And for a counter, it's a good defensive play there by Nicholas Somis. And for a throw-in. Williams and Mbakwe will be taking the throw in here for Ajax. Might be going straight into the box. Nicholas Soms is right there to take care of it. Ball in there from Luke Miller. Still Ajax possession. Agent Servant playing it back. And now here comes Ajax. A nice ball in here for Ajax to make something happen. The ball just going out wide again. Without a shot on goal, and that one hits the side of the net for Pickering possession. So last year when we were calling some of the games, there was some talk about you guys hold like a weekly practice where all the teams from all the age groups, they have like I think last year was a Friday, you guys would come here and have almost like a whole Pickering team wide practice. You guys still have that here?
No, we stopped it this year.
You guys stopped that? Yeah. Is there a reason you guys don't have that anymore? Okay. And here comes Ajax now. And it's a nice little nudge there from number 17, Jeremy Martin, who plays the ball out. And here'll be an Ajax corner kick for the first time in this game. Ball is taken in the near post. Taken care of there by the team in green. Martin takes a touch on the ball, goes to the far post. Trying to keep it in was Christopher Taylor, but he gets dispossessed, trying to win it back. He has an attempt at goal from Ajax, number 10, Brandon Million, and that's easily handled by Miles Graves. Pickering almost able to keep the ball in, but going out of bounds. And Sammy, I'm guessing this is one of the several teams in the U11 boys, so the green team who are playing this afternoon, obviously. And what are the other teams in this age group?
So we have Ajax, Woodbridge, a couple of teams up north, all over the place.
Do you guys have other teams in the Pickering Soccer Club? Like
we also have we all have another team, the gold team, sorry.
Okay.
And they play Ajax tomorrow.
And there's a shot there from Ajax with a nice save by Graves. And he had to be on his toes there, covering the far post. And, of course, had to retrieve the ball himself. Snowball boys here at this level of soccer. Now, what's the difference between the green team and the gold team?
Experience.
Experience. So does the green team have more? Yeah. It does do, okay. And is there like a decision process like every few games where here's a chance for Pickering, here the counter. It's a shot taken and just wide from number 8, Darren Malone. Pretty good chance there for Pickering to get on the board. As I was going to say, is their decision-making process after a few games, the coaches get talk up and see which players can go to the green team and which players go down?
Mm-hmm. We move the rosters every week or so.
Yep.
A couple boys here would be playing with the gold team last week, and this week now they're playing with the green team, and vice versa. We have 2 gold team players in the fans watching.
Okay. And those calls are obviously made on different factors, obviously, depending on the performance, or just want to see the players try out different roles on the team. Referee blows the whistle for grabbing, apparently. So Jelani Brathwaite gets called for grabbing on Darren Malone. So free kick here for Pickering on the Ajax half will be taken by Cooper Wetzel. And he takes a short over to his deep partner, Jeremy Martin. Nice ball through here, going wide. The ball in was deflected out of bounds, so it will be a Pickering corner for the first time. And it looks like we have some Pickering substitutes ready to get in the game. But they just have to wait until this corner is taken. Nice ball in, headed away by Ajax. And even cleared away from the box. Ball coming right back in, right in the hands of the Ajax keeper. It's a little bit of back and forth here. Both teams giving up possession in the midfield. See if Pickering can keep it now and go up the field. Still Pickering possession on the far sideline. And here comes the Pickering substitutions, trying to get attention of the referee, and who sees them now and tells them to come in. So it looks like we have Gabby Menendez Garcia coming in, as well as Xavier Downs. Pickering going out wide again, trying to put the ball in. Gets blocked, out of bounds for a throw-in. for the home team. It's like coming off the field for Pickering, and in the last exchange was Cooper Wetzel, one of the 3 players. Looking for an open man. Goes near the goal line, but nicely handled there by the Ajax defender. There's a chance here for Pickering still. A nice ball into the box and a shot from outside going wide. The shot taken there by Dylan Kifumbi. Some nice matching socks to go with the shorts and the 3 stripes, see? The apparels, do you guys get sponsored by Adidas, or do you guys?
Yeah, it was our first year with Adidas.
Okay.
And the boys love it.
Yeah, they look pretty good, and they make great gear, obviously. It's a nice ball flicked there by number 22, Agent Servant, before getting stopped in his way by Jeremy Martin. Here comes Ajax, just waiting for some of the Pickering defenders to be caught off guard. Nice through ball from Jelani Brathwaite, out of the reach of Brandon Million, who's up there. And Brathwaite takes the ball off his head and goes out of bounds. Unintentional, obviously. Martin plays it to Kifumbi. Million takes it away. Over to Servants. Here's Brathwaite again. Going wide. It's a ball in, right into the hands of Miles Graves, who's able to hang on to it. That was a good chance for Ajax, Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice takeaway there from Heron Cyanthon. Nicely done there by Gabby Menendez to keep off the defender and play the pass. Here comes Xavier Downs. Pickering does well to keep possession here. Almost giving it away a couple of times. And there's a shot from the outside from Gabby Menendez Garcia. So far we've seen Pickering taking some attempts at goal. Maybe a little far from where they would ideally like to shoot from. But they've been on target. It's a nice ball in there from Brathwaite. And nicely defended for a while. Here's a chance for Ajax to get on the board, and they do off the rebound chance off a Pickering mistake. And Ajax gets on the board. It's like it was number 22, Agent Servant. See the replay here, Sammy. What did you see that happened here?
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
It's just a little bit of a mishandle from Graves. Looks like maybe he would have wanted his defenders to help him out there to clear that ball. And just like that, Ajax gets on the board here on the 14th minute of the first half. Can you tell me something about the players that are in this team right now, and maybe a few guys who have been playing well so far this season?
Overall, the boys have been playing well. Most of the team has been together for about 4 years now. So these boys, they get along in soccer and outside of soccer.
So they've been really building up the chemistry over the last 4 years?
Definitely.
And that's a great shot by Xavier Downs. The ball going off the Ajax keeper and hitting the bar. So close call there. And Pickering almost getting one for themselves. Are there any new additions to this Pickering soccer system?
Number 16, Xavier Downs.
Xavier Downs, yeah.
He joined us this year.
Yep.
Amari Lawrence also joined us this year.
Okay.
Ruben D'Souza joined us this year.
That's Amari Lawrence, number 12, and Ruben D'Souza, number 21. Xavier Downs, number 16, who you just saw had that great shot that just almost went in for Pickering. And back the other way, even Ajax had a great counter before their forward went offside. So some great chances here in the first half for both teams to get a couple more on the board. It looks like Ajax is really giving the Pickering defense some trouble here. In their back end, they're really attacking and trying to get the ball. Pickering does well to play that out and relieve some pressure. And that throw-in was just out of the reach of Ethan Summersall. That will be a goal kick for Miles Graves. And that's a takeaway there almost by Summersall, but Julian Roach trying to make up for the mistake, and he does. He gets it to Dylan Kafumbi. So the referee blowing the whistle might be for a little back flick. Back leg that he didn't like, that the Pickering player did. I mean, at this level, I guess everything that the referee finds a little bit off, and not within the rules of the game, and you're trying to build some good habits with the young level players, so that's understandable. The ball comes out to Brandon Millian with a nice touch there. He might want to go wide to his left side, but Pickering takes it away. Here comes Ajax again now on the right side. A nice ball in. The cross goes off the back of Julian Roach for a corner kick for Ajax. Nice play by Ethan Summersall. We'll take the corner kick, playing the right wide, the right side. Headed away by Pickering. Ball still in the box, a shot. That's off of Miles Graves. So corner now on the other side for Ajax. Looks like a trio of substitutes getting ready for Pickering to get back in. With Ajax pushing for a second goal. A nice ball in. And a shot that's obviously a little wide, but here comes Pickering now on the counter. And just the dribbling goes out of the reach of, I guess that was...
Gabby Menendez.
That was Gabby Menendez. Garcia, number 23. Here comes Ajax again with some speed on the wide flanks. Pickering does well to dispossess them and go the other way. Ball still in play, but now finally taken out there by Julian Roach. So have you been giving your brother Gabby some pointers and feedback?
Yeah, throughout the year, me and him always go out and play. And I always try to help him out wherever I can.
Here's a chance for Ajax with a shot off the post. And Pickering counting their lucky stars there. The ball still loose in the Pickering half, and the box just off the crossbar. So the ball hitting the iron a couple of times there in this possession. So we have 35-minute halves here at this level. And probably won't have any drinks break today. It's pretty nice. It's a nice, cool summer day here at Kinsmen Park. Ajax again, intercepting the pass. Nicely done there by Harent Thyansen. The ball in, dangerous ball coming in at the near post. That just goes wide of the net. And finally, Miles Graves finally a sigh of relief, able to get a goal kick. And looks like we have some substitutes coming in for Pickering. CB Downs going off. Some fresh blood coming in. And it seems like in the last few minutes here, Pickering hasn't been able to get anything going in the Ajax half of the field, but just as I say that, here they go. And the ball cleared away there by Luke Miller of Ajax. And let's see if Pickering can get some consistent production here on their offensive half. This ball in there by Culver Bancic. Over to Kifumbi. He goes to the middle of the field to Amari Lawrence with a shot. A little mishandled by the Ajax keeper, but he hangs on to it and goes wide to his left. And the midfield play has been dominated by Ajax so far here in the first half. And they've also given Pickering trouble on the flanks, it seems like, Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
And the referee blows the whistle. Not sure for what.
For another foul throw.
Oh, it's a foul throw. Okay. So on a foul throw situation, or on a throw-in situation, what constitutes a foul throw? Like, just in terms of you have to throw with two hands and it has to go over your head. Could you maybe explain to the viewers?
So if the back leg goes up off the ground, it is a foul throw. Also,
Okay.
if the ball isn't fully behind the back, it is also a foul throw.
So both your legs has to be on the ground at all times, and the ball has to go behind your head. Okay.
Correct.
And sometimes it looks harder than it's maybe harder to do sometimes than it looks on TV, because your whole body has to put the ball through, and the players who can actually throw all the way into the box sometimes, who do it like pretty well, it's pretty amazing how they do it. Mm-hmm. When you have a long throw in like that from the sideline. Yeah,
it's definitely harder than what it looks like.
Yeah.
Especially this is the first year these boys are playing throw-ins.
Right.
So they're still getting used to the technique. And a lot of the times they're looking for those long throw-ins, which is where the foul throw usually occurs, because they're looking for that power, and you usually get that power by lifting your back leg.
That's a great point. And sometimes as a player, you just want to get the ball as far as possible to the goal as you can, and sometimes that's when the mistakes happen, for sure.
Correct.
The ball just going off the feet of Urbancic, so it'll be Ajax possession, taking it right away. It's number 18, Caesar Ramsewak Augustus. Milian will have to go to his left side. Catching up to it, Williams Mbakwe goes back. Mbakwe gets the ball. Nicely defended there by Yathav Lakshman, but taken down on the far sideline there by Julian Roach. So he gets called for the foul. And looks like the Pickering coach is just yelling out some instructions for his players to play the right roles on the field.
Yeah, what you can see with Pickering is they're mostly out of position right now. And the coach Armand is just instructing how to fix that.
Sometimes that's the first step in knowing your position on the field, and then you can execute the game plan afterwards. And we'll have some wholesale changes on both sides of the field. And sure, I mean, during the flow of the game, sometimes you play a bit more back. You have to get back defensively and help out your teammates. But most of the time, you want to keep your structure that you want to play and your roles. Ball taken here by Ajax, but Pickering does well. Then hopefully push it up the field. Here comes number 99, Nicholas Somis, looking for some teammates. Somis didn't like all his options, so he just tried to dribble it up the field. Okay, going out of bounds. Looks like number 21, Ruben D'Souza, was calling for it, but he was still a little far away from Somis. Here comes Ajax again. A couple of bodies in front. Milian trying to get the ball, but out of his reach. Nice, cool play there by Verbansik to play it up to Somis. Verbansik puts a touch on it. Milian takes it away. Here's Brandon Milian. He's been one of the standout players of the first half so far for Ajax. That one might have touched the hand of Verbansik. No call from the referee. Just going to be a corner. So Ajax with another corner here. I'm guessing at this level the handballs are not called as intensely and closely, I guess, as you see in the World Cup we just saw. I'm guessing the referees tend to play those through a bit more.
Yeah, usually,
yes,
depending on the call, depending on the situation. But yeah, usually the refs try to keep the game flowing as much as possible.
Right. Unless it's very blatant, where the player actually goes out of his way to deflect the ball with his hands. Here comes Ajax. Back quickly in the Pickering box. Milian goes out wide to Summersall, and looks like it just went out of bounds, or might be an offside.
The ref called an offside.
It's an offside. The referee making the Pickering player taking at the exact spot of the offside. See the Ajax coach, head coach Francis Etienne, shedding out some instructions. Want to thank him for helping us before the game with some of the names. Ajax doing well here, keeping the possession. There's Brandon Milian again, looking for his options. Looking right, looking left. Goes left to number 11, Heron Thayanthan, who gives it up. But getting it back right away was Marcus Taylor, number 7. Here's Summersall trying to put the ball through the box here, and he does. And that shot not too far away from the goal for Ajax, to extending that lead as we get a shot of Cole Verbansik. What can you tell us about some of the Pickering coaches here this afternoon?
So on the bench, you just see Armand and Ollie. Armand is the head coach, Ollie is the assistant coach, but they all play a equal role, more or less.
Have you been coached by them when you used to be in the with the clubs? When you
No, I've never been coached by neither of them.
Okay. And I should say that you used to be part of the Pickering Soccer system as well with this club.
Correct, yes.
And maybe you could tell us about some of your experience with the team.
I was very fortunate with my team. We had a lot of trips. For example, we went to the Disney Showcase when we were younger. Then in grade 9, so 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, we went to Italy and we played a couple of professional academies. For example, we played AS Roma, and that was all through Pickering and my old head coach.
That must have been a great experience just to
be there was an experience. Yeah, definitely.
Ajax with a throw-in. Marcus Taylor trying to play the ball through. It's a nice little back flick there. Gonna cross it in. Miles Graves gets the hand down and the ball's still loose. Graves again with the save. Graves keeping Pickering in the game. The couple more saves here. Nice ball in there from Thiago Quintas of Ajax. Here we go. We see Ramsewak, Augustus looking to put a long throw in, and it goes into the box. And Somersault, no, he's still onside. The little touch of the left foot, playing the ball. Pickering trying to get it out of the box. But they're just in survival mode right now, trying to clear the ball out of the danger zone. Another ball coming in. Again, taken care of by the Pickering defenders on the far side. There's Marcus Taylor with the throw-in. And a ball is cleared long. Looking for Xavier Downs, who's up front. Downs trying to play it up to Nicholas Somsis, number 99. This ball coming in right at Miles Graves. I think he was stuck in between there, figuring out whether to come out or not, and he stayed back, and looks like it cost the team a goal.
Yeah, beautiful ball by Ajax number 5. Ethan Somersault, and a good finish.
And that's number 16, Williams Mbakwe, with the goal. And those are the kind of plays, I guess, you live and learn. Like when you're at this level, when the long ball comes through and you can see your center back not really able to handle the forward coming in. But it was a nice play there from Ajax, like you mentioned, Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time that these two teams have been playing this season, and
yeah, this is the first time they've played against each other this season.
Xavier Downs going for the ball there, but nicely done by Ramsewak Augustus to give it a chase and take it away. Here's Nicholas Somsis for Pickering, over to Downs. A shot a little from outside from Jeremy Martin, easily handled by the Ajax keeper. And there's a goal from Ajax. And it looks like it was Brandon Million who finally deserves a goal, and he got one there on the doorstep of the Pickering net. Nice ball in again, yeah.
And a beautiful touch. Great finish.
Not sure who had the initial ball through there to Summersall, but Summersall plays it up to Million, and who puts it in for a 3-0 lead here for Ajax in the first half, as we looks like referee blows for halftime. And so after the break, we'll have more first half highlights here from Kinsmen Park. You're watching Pickering Soccer here on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by MLB Extra Innings, part of the Rogers Super Sports Pack. Follow the teams and players you want to watch.
You did what?
We're married.
I can want to be married to you and also not want a child.
The first year of marriage is the hardest. The first year should be your best.
I can't believe it's prom.
Our daughters plan some kind of sex pact.
WWVDD.
What would Vin Diesel do?
Are you the type who would keep going or stop? It's not easy to stop when you have an addiction. Legalizing cannabis won't stop addiction. It trivializes its consumption. Let's be vigilant. If you need help, visit portage.ca.
Welcome back to the second half here at Kinsmen Park as Ajax have a 3-0 lead over Pickering Power. I'm Saif Ahmed here with Samuel Menendez. Sammy, it was mostly all Ajax there in the first half, but we'll see if Pickering can get back here and make get more scoring chances here in the second.
They switched keepers. Cole Verbanich is now in net. Miles Graves came out.
Okay. So it's Cole Verbancic who's in net now for Pickering. As we see a couple of the Pickering players taking a picture here in front of the broadcast table, which is really nice. As we were just talking about in halftime, these are the memories you kind of share and you kind of keep with you for basically your whole life. You build some lifelong friends and almost like your family.
Yeah, my own best friends all came through soccer. My team was with each other for countless years, and you're always with together, so you build the strongest friendships through soccer, through any sport, really.
Right. And that's a great thing about team sports, or just you build great habits, just not for the sports, but also for your real life. And you carry that onwards and onto your future. Ajax now here in the near sideline. Pickering able to get a touch on it. Here comes Ajax. Ball in the center of the field. Looks like Dylan Kafumbi getting a touch and going the other way now on the counter. Here comes Campino Rico going all the way, going with a shot, and that wasn't too far out from going in.
Unlucky, he just looks like the ball. He hit the ball with the wrong side of it, wrong part of his foot.
See, that's why you're here to explain that, because if it was me, I probably would have done the same thing, and I would have just kicked the ball as hard as I could, and it would have went 10 meters wide. So just explain about the hitting it on the right part of the foot when you hit it.
When you want to hit a ball, you want to use your laces, which you can see Anthony lined up for, but it actually hit the outside of his foot, which is why the ball ended up where it was.
Okay. So you gotta hit it with the inside part of your foot if you want to just like curl it in a bit.
Yeah, if you want to curl it, use the inside of your foot. If you want more power, use your laces.
Laces, okay. I'm not sure if you saw some of the goals, like especially one of the goals from the World Cup. It was the Frenchman Benjamin Pavard was his name, where he hit the ball on the side and it kind of curled in, it sliced in. It looks like it was going to go out, but it sliced into the net. It was just a perfect hit of the ball. But I guess you can practice on that on the side fields, not on the game. Here's a shot here from Ajax, and maybe a great chance to extend the lead.
Unlucky. Same thing happened there. You just see he lined up for the shot and just mishit it, and no goal.
He was trying to curl it in, but like I said earlier, it's easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah.
And
he's most likely a right footer.
Right footer as well.
So
he's
using his weak
foot. The weak foot. Yeah. So it was a shot there by number 5, Ethan Summersall, who had a great first half, who was giving Pickering all sorts of trouble on the right side, the right flank, and there he is back again, making stuff happen here in the second. Summersall still with the ball. It's a nice chance here. He goes with a cross, just out of the reach of his teammates, but again, a nice play there by Ethan Summersall.
If they're pressing high, think about where the space is for us to play the ball, right? Xavier, Darren, if they're pressing high, think about where the space is that we have to play the ball, yeah? Are you aware of it?
So Coach Arman Mohammadi just shouting some instructions about spacing on the field, and just to be smart about playing the ball. Which makes sense. I mean, spacing is a very key factor in soccer, obviously.
Good ball by Gabby, unlucky by Anthony.
Here's Marcus Taylor trying to play it out, and he does. Throw in there by Nicholas Iliopoulos. Chance for Campino Rico to put it in, but that'll be a, looks like it'll be a corner.
Or maybe even a throw-in.
Or is it going to be a throw-in? Yeah, just near the flag. It's a decent ball in there by Darren Malone. As you can see him working his steps, trying to get the right technique for the throw-in. You can tell these players are always working on their craft and trying to get his teammate to come into the ball, come towards the ball. As a nice grab there by the Ajax keeper. Able to find number 26, Thiago Quintas, who gives it away. Here comes Pickering, going wide. No one there, so Marcus Taylor takes over. And Taylor just clears the ball, maybe hitting one of the parents on the sideline. It's a common occurrence during soccer matches. Always have to keep your eye out. Can't be falling asleep there. I hope the person getting hit was okay. It's like might have got a little nicked. Here's a Pickering throw-in. Kafombi gets a touch. Lays it out to Gabby Menendez-Garcia. Ball going back Ajax's way. Taylor looking for Summersall to run up the field. Summersall gets it back. Gives it to Taylor for the throw-in. There's a nice win there by Pickering, and a good chance to get this ball. And taking a trip just in front of the box, no call from the referee. We just some hand-to-hand and shoulder contact there from Ajax. No actual tackle. Maybe hence no call from the referee there. It's a nice little ball played in there by Iliopoulos. Here comes Pickering with a cross. Shot by Kafumbi blocked. He gets it back. Another shot, not hitting it well. Another shot getting blocked and gone away. Pickering showing some good chances here.
You can already see in the Pickering team the difference between first half and second half. They seem more relaxed now. They seem more willing to play, moving the ball a lot better than we saw in the first half.
And just playing their game. And you might have touched on maybe this game being on TV, maybe have some nerves that had to play out there in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. I remember being a player, and whenever we knew we were going to be on TV, we'd all get nervous, and I see the same reaction with the players here, just from their pre-game talks.
Which is quite normal, really. I mean, that's just the human reactions, and we sometimes have butterflies in stomachs when you really want something or something big happening when you're on. And looks like you have some substitutions here for Pickering. Number 21 coming in. One of the 3 substitutes. That's Ruben D'Souza, who's playing in the center forward position. And calling for the ball, you can hear him here. You can hear him from the broadcast table, D'Souza. And sometimes you just have to really call for the ball. Don't you? I mean, your defenders have to know where you're on the field. They can't see you all the time, so sometimes you have to call them out.
Yeah, which is one of the big things we work on with these boys, the way they communicate. Well done by Gabby Menendez.
Yeah, Menendez Garcia with a nice ball in. And that's probably one of the hardest parts of soccer, is just to stay cool under pressure, especially when you have all the opposing players around you. And as we see right there, Kifumbi fouling one of the Ajax players. The coach is shouting some instructions to Yatav Lakshman to play more central, and here's another chance for Pickering. It's a touch there. Ajax defenders right on the ball there, but it's a chance for Lakshman. Putting it to D'Souza. D'Souza, I think, was opting to go back to Lakshman, who has some room in front. So throw-in will be taken here by Cooper Wetzel. D'Souza boxing out his man, trying to get the ball. Did pretty well. He get taken down.
Good tackle by Yativ.
Yeah, Yativ Lakshman with a tackle from the back, getting all the ball. Here's Wetzel now looking for a cross. Puts it in. Open net, goalie coming out to play the ball. Gets a touch on it, and here's a counter from Ajax. We got 3 men up front. Xavier Downs trying to hold off this attack, playing the central defensive role. And we have an offside on Ethan Summersall from the right wing back position. But given away right back, and pass there by Agent Survent, who wins the ball back again, who has a goal in this game, does Survent. Can't miss him, really. He's the one with the goggles for Ajax on the field, number 22. Ball being played into Downs. Back to Wetzel. Now Lakshman has it, looking for D'Souza. Here's Menendez Garcia, who plays it to D'Souza.
Who looks for him right back, but well defended by number 9, Luke Miller.
Yeah, so a couple of good link-up plays here from Pickering.
Which is what was definitely missing in the first half from Pickering.
And that's really what you want to see. You want to see improvements during the game and adjustments made by the teams.
Push on the back by Thiago Quintos.
So a push, like Sammy mentioned, from Quintos of Ajax, so a Pickering possession. And looks like we'll have some subs coming in from both teams. Nicholas Somas coming back in, and along with Amari Lawrence and Jeremy Martin. Will happen after this free kick taken by Cooper Wetzel. Little out of the reach of Ruben D'Souza. So goal kick. Coach is trying to get the attention of the referee for the substitutions. And for Ajax, we'll have Brandon Million coming in with Jelani Brathwaite. And coming off the field for Pickering looks like Dylan Kafumbi and Xavier Downs. Ethan Summersall taking a much-deserved rest for Ajax as well. servant that time, not really playing the ball to anyone, going out of bounds, so Pickering possession. Wetzel surveying the field. Found Miles Graves. Got a touch on it. Miles Graves for Pickering, who went from playing keeper in the first half, now playing in the center forward position. They're getting a touch on the ball.
Yeah, we have outfield players in net because our keeper is on vacation, Nathan Richmond. Miles and Cole both had previous goalkeeper experience though.
Well, a shout out to Nathan. Hopefully he's having a great time on his vacation. And probably have some fresh legs coming back into the season, I hope. There's a shot from far wide, or from far out rather, saved by the Ajax keeper. I think that was hitting the net on the far side there. Julian Roach with the corner. The ball still trickling in and right into the hands of the keeper. Ajax keeper, who does well to move to his left and slide and grab that ball. So Pickering, like we mentioned, with some better scoring chances here in the first half, here in the second half than the first, and getting more shots on target. So ball in there for Lakshman. Able to catch up to it, but Ajax takes it back. Jeremy Martin plays it up. Marcus Taylor goes after it and retrieves it, but goes out of bounds. Nicholas Somas takes a spill as the ball goes back to Ajax. And looks like we have a free kick here for Pickering.
It's a good area too.
Yeah, great chance here. It's a nice ball in for Pickering to make something happen.
Looks like Julian Roach is going to take it. One of our left footers.
Trying to curve it away from the goal and into the heads of the several Pickering players in the box. It's not a bad ball in, going straight for goal and just over the bar from Julian Roach. Maybe not a bad decision there from Roach. As Pickering gets ready for his next wave of substitutions coming in. And they usually come in threes. Should be again nice interception there by Lakshman. Plays it to D'Souza. Lakshman playing out wide, giving his teammates some space. Lakshman does well with the ball in, and that shot over the net, but a great play from Yatsav Lakshman.
Good ball in.
And there's Miles Graves on your shot, who had the who was playing keeper like we mentioned in the first half. Just couldn't connect properly on that great ball in from Lakshman. Darren Malone, Anthony Campino Rico, and number 41, Nicholas Iliopoulos, waiting to get back in the game for the team in green. It's a nice takeaway there from Somas. Trying to keep possession, but a little push in the back. Well, gets called and goes back the other way. As you see, number 11 getting taken down there, Harith Thlyanthan. But definitely a better effort here from Pickering in the second half, Sammy.
Yeah, definitely. You could already tell more chances, better ball movement. Just overall, the boys are playing a lot better than we saw in the first half.
And you can, during halftime, you can tell Coach Malone talking to his team and really giving them a good talk, and whatever he said definitely worked. So, and you can see the team really responded here in the second half.
Hey, Jeremy, it's okay, let's go. Cooper, central. Just see him in the ball. He's not as dangerous.
It's Marcus Taylor with the throw-in. Jeremy Martin puts a touch on the ball, but here's Brandon Million, who was one of the standouts in the first half. Plays out wide to Jelani Brathwaite, who does well to keep the ball in, right into the keeper.
Well done by a former Pickering player.
That'd be Jelani Brathwaite. Cole Verbancic goes to Martin. It's a nice touch there from number 26. Tiago Quintas. Here's Atav Lakshman to Ruben D'Souza. Goes back to Lakshman. Lakshman, let's see if he can use some of his speed here. But taken away by Agent Saravanth. It's a good play there from both sides of the ball. Here's Tiago Quintas going up against Cooper Wetzel. Quintas getting a little tripped up, but gets up, stays on his feet. Tyanthon plays it out wide to Brathwaite. Brathwaite the ball in. So open net. Miles Cole Verbancic couldn't get a hand on the ball.
Relax, Cooper. What's your plan?
Cooper Wetzel has some time to clear the ball, but the referee blows the whistle before the shot goes in from Tiago Quintas for a push.
And Pickering still hasn't had the opportunity to change. 3 players still waiting to go on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the referee doesn't see it or the coach hasn't gotten the attention of the referee.
I think they just haven't had the chance. That being said, you can only sub on a throw-in.
Okay.
And a goal kick.
And a goal kick, right.
And the ball still hasn't.
So not on a free kick then?
No.
Okay.
Nor a corner kick.
That would explain it. There's a ball in from Ajax. Number 20, Caleb Lawton. Lawton puts a touch on the ball. Lakshman clears it. Trying to look for Amari Lawrence, and here comes the some fresh blood for Pickering, like I mentioned earlier. And looks like D'Souza, Lakshman, and number 10, Miles Graves will be heading to the bench for now. We'll probably see them soon on the field again.
Relax. What's your plan?
It's a long ball through, looking for number 41, Nicholas Iliopoulos, who just subbed into the game. Has some fresh legs. Lawton plays out to Marcus Taylor. He gets taken down. Well, that's Christopher Taylor, number 8. That's his brother on the left side.
You don't have to trust so far, JR. Just be aware. Look at the rest of your team, JR.
A long ball there from number 9, Luke Miller. Nicholas Somas trying to get it back, but Tyanthon trying to hold him off. Here comes Pickering. Julian Roach trying to play it up for number 17.
Number 7, Anthony Campo Rico.
Yes, Campino Rico, number 7. Thank you.
Just a push on the back by Jelani on the Pickering player.
That's, like you mentioned, Jelani Brathwaite, who used to play for Pickering, now on the opposing team. It's a nice ball into the box, And it goes in the hands of the keeper, who did not have it for a second, but now he does, and he plays it. Throws it up, long upfield. Here's Christopher Taylor giving it a chase. Jeremy Martin takes it back. Caleb Lawton with a touch. Taken away by Amari Lawrence. Going out wide, and a shot. Not a bad attempt from that far out from number 8, Darren Malone. And as the Ajax coach, head coach Etienne, yelling out to keep the ball and keep the possession. Ball going out of bounds. Pickering possession again. Now it's going back the other way for a throw-in. Marcus Taylor with a nice touch to play it up to Thianthan, who could not hold on to the ball. The nice touch there from Marcus Taylor, and it's a chance for Ajax to go up the field. Is Jelani Brathwaite, the former Pickering power player. And he just wins his team a corner kick. The ball comes in, near post, a little high leg. There from Thianthan. Servant gets a touch on the ball. Wessel trying to clear it out. Christopher Taylor takes it back in, and it's finally cleared away from the Pickering box by Julian Roach. Marcus Taylor doing well to keep the ball on his feet and playing it up, but Roach intercepts it. A throw in there from Marcus Taylor. Nicholas Somas trying to spin around, get away from the defender. A throw in for Pickering. And 3 more subs coming in for Pickering. Looks like the head coach is really trying to keep some fresh legs out there and play out the game, getting more scoring chances. Is there any strategy about doing changes in 3? This is the way that players are on the field.
It's just the easiest way when we have sits on the bench to keep them not too long on the bench.
So it's like a numbers game, more like, yeah, okay.
Just to keep always fresh legs on the field. About 9 minutes left in the half. Pickering still down 3-0.
Yeah. Well, that's
definitely a better second half though, compared to the first half.
Yeah, for sure, and that's definitely not of not having enough chances. They've had some good chances here in the second half, and let's see if they can convert some of those and get some points on the board. It's gonna be one of those chances right here. Darren Malone looking for a cross in. Nice ball in, and off the foot of number 41, Iliopoulos. And in the hands of the keeper. The Ajax keeper has done a pretty good job here in the second half. Right place, right time, moving his feet. Getting the gloves on the ball when he had to. Caleb Lawton taking the throw in here for Ajax. Goes to Christopher Taylor. Lawton will take it again. Kafumbi and Taylor going at it, and here's a chance for Brandon Million. He cuts in, looking for some open space, and his shot goes wide. But some good vision to get to the open space. And how often do these teams practice throughout the week?
We practice on Tuesdays and Fridays, and they play a game on Wednesdays usually.
So
this week, for example, though, the boys have summer camp running from 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon.
That's a nice tackle there from the back by number 8. Or is that Dylan Kafumbi, rather, number 9? Sorry. That's a goal-saving tackle. So a corner for Ajax. Christopher Taylor looking to take this one. Nice header away. Nice ball in there from Iliopoulos.
Well defended by number 10, but driven away. Pickering now on the counterattack.
Iliopoulos with the centering ball. The nice through pass in for Darren Malone. So another great chance there for Pickering. Fianthan with a nice cut inside, looking for Jelani Brathwaite, who is offside. And I am not sure about that, as you can see.
Debatable. You can see the coaches furious with that call.
Yeah, understandably so. The Ajax coaches not too happy with that call. But either way, that was a great chance there for Ajax. And you mentioned these camps, is it like an everyday camp run for 2 weeks, or how does that work?
Yeah, so an everyday camp, we have it this week for these boys.
And like, is it open to the public, or is it mostly for the players that are in the system?
So teams sign up, but it's also open to the public and they just put the players that signed up publicly together, and then the teams that are together. So for the example, their group just consists of their U11 boys.
And is it like a process of just recruiting new players and getting some new blood in the system? Is that what it's for?
No, it's mostly just to have these boys busy in the summer.
And just go through some grueling workouts and getting...
yeah, definitely.
And improving, obviously. Okay. It's Marcus Taylor again, coming from the back to win the ball. Million plays it to Christopher Taylor. Kifumbi puts it away. Here's a chance from Marcus Taylor. He's going for goal. As the referee takes a look at his watch. I think we're just about less than 4 minutes till the final whistle. As Nicholas Iliopoulos takes a seat. And coming in for him is Yathav Lakshman. And looks like D'Souza will be coming back in, as well as Miles Graves for Pickering in the next dead ball. Nicely done by Menendez Garcia to get clear of the pressure. Xavier Downs. So a corner attempt here from Ajax here in the final few minutes. Looking to put a cap here on the game, and they do right there. Adding one here in the second half. The road team to put the icing on the cake. It's a nice ball in from Christopher Taylor. A dangerous ball that goes on the far side of the post. Let's see the replay again there from Christopher Taylor. Going in and just maybe not able to mark that man who was in front of the goal. Xavier Downs playing to his left. Looked like he had some room to take it up himself. Here's Christopher Taylor. Nicely defended by Kafumbi. Here comes Malone. Stopped in his tracks by number 9, Luke Miller. Here's Brathwaite looking for a cross. Shadowed by Somas. And might have taken a deflection of Somas for a corner. There's Jelani Brathwaite taking the corner kick. Easily handled there by Menendez Garcia. And goes wide to Lakshman. Lakshman just running out of bodies there. And Jeremy Martin does well to earn his team a goal kick.
About a minute left remaining now.
Yeah, Samuel, so your impressions of this game so far, and how do you think Pickering played here?
Definitely not their best game. I've seen better throughout the season, and I think it just comes from the fact that they weren't moving the ball. As you can see, almost the entire game they were just kicking and hoping for the best. Ajax also did well to outplay them.
And as you can see, the final whistle right there. So referee calls it. So 4-0 Ajax over Pickering in this one as the rivalry moves on. So Sammy, thanks for joining us on the broadcast. And for the entire Rogers TV crew, I'm Saif Ahmed. We'll see you next time here on Rogers TV for Pickering Soccer. Take care.
Due to the length of the preceding program, we now join the regularly scheduled program already in progress.
Units in downtown Toronto, and these the units down there were about the size of the studio here. It's like under 500 square feet, right. And they were looking in the neighborhood of between 1,900 and 2,100 rent a month. And they were getting into bidding wars.
Right, right. Well, vacancy rates are very, very low in Toronto, especially downtown. So that really drives up the rental prices as well for condominiums.
So I went back and I checked what they paid for that thing when they bought it. And as you said, they got in on the ground floor before everything started.
Yeah.
And it was probably somewhere in the low threes. It was probably $320 to $340. And this was just a single one bedroom on the 28th floor.
Yeah.
They're now renting it out for $2,000 a month. So regardless of what they're paying for their maintenance fees, which is probably $400 or $500 a month, there's a lot of money to be gained for that. So that goes back to your investor people.
Yes, timing being everything. And if you buy at the right time, there's a great opportunity to you know, have a rental property that will generate enough income to cover your expenses.
Let's go back to the location thing. You did mention that they were talking along the lake shore and some of the different places. In your estimate, and with customers that you've dealt with, what's the best location amenity-wise? What matters the most?
Being close to transit seems to be the highest factor for both young buyers as well as people that are downsizing to condominiums.
Okay.
Often I have actually quite a few elderly clients that are downsizing from their larger single-family detached homes and wanting to be in a condominium, often having kids downtown Toronto, and they want to be, you know, close walking distance to a transit line just to make their lives easier as well. And we're also seeing more and more developers incorporating a lot of retail into these condo developments to you know, to increase the ease of living even more, like grocery stores, pharmacies, and things like that. That really, there's no need to have a car at this point because everything that you need is at your doorstep.
Well, they're pushing people away from that that need. Because again, back to the ones that we were looking at, I mean, we were down on Harbor Street and there was no parking.
Yes.
No lockers, no parking. So it's, you know, it's almost counterproductive to own a vehicle if you want to live down there.
That's right.
Now, what we're seeing out here is a different story. I mean, condos out here, because most of the people, the younger people that are out here, are still commuting.
Yes. They've
got to get to a bus line or to a GO train or something like that to there. So are you seeing a lot of that, like where they're actually physically saying that they need to be close to the GO train or they need to be close to a bus line? Yes,
absolutely. And I think developers are also hearing that loud and clear because we're seeing more and more development, even going east into Clarington. Right. We're seeing smaller condo buildings popping up in Bowmanville and Newcastle. And it really shows that, you know, people that invest in condos, whether it's going to be for their own personal use or as a rental, that transit factor is number one on the list.
Cool.
Yeah.
And in the case of Clarington, Bowmanville specifically, the GO train actually went out to Aspen Park and all those places that way.
Yeah, and new condo development right in Aspen Springs there as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. We're going to take a break. We're with Dominica Stoller here with Coldwell Banker Armar, and we're talking condos, and we want you to come back so we can talk a little bit more condos. If you've done your homework and made the choice that you are indeed going to buy a condo, make sure that you find a good realtor that's going to help you in the condo area, that knows condos inside out. As I said before, you're going to probably need some help with the status certificate. You're going to need to know things like maintenance fees, what they include, all those things that sort of factor into whether or not you should buy. Is it the right neighborhood? Is there good resale value on this place? And, you know, first and foremost, is it livable? Is it something that you could feel really comfortable in? Once you get the right realtor to help you with that and deal with those questions, you should be able to make a very informed decision and a good...
Are you the type who would keep going or stop? It's not easy to stop when you have an addiction. Legalizing cannabis won't stop addiction. It trivializes its consumption. Let's be vigilant. If you need help, visit portage.ca.
Knights of Columbus TV Bingo. We're on summer vacation right now, but we'll be back on September the 11th, 2018 at 7 o'clock right here on Rogers TV.
That he fell. Whoa, I'm not driving. I'm way too stoned. How are you feeling, Beer?
Oh, since we had that talk, I'm not driving tonight at all.
What about you, Dave?
You only had a couple of drinks.
And only a couple of puffs.
I don't drink and drive. No way I'm getting behind the wheel when I smoked weed, too.
How are we getting home, then?
You can drive, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Take one for the team, buddy.
Don't let weed and alcohol influence your decision to drive.
Yeah, I need a ride.
Welcome back to Sold with Sean Lackey. We're with Dominica Stoller from Coldwell Banker Armar out of the Brooklyn office. We're talking condos. Put you on the spot here and say, if you had a choice between a freehold and a condo, which would you buy and why?
Well, definitely putting me on the spot. At this point in my life and at this point in my investment career, I would definitely lean towards a condominium. And again, going back to timing is everything, being able to buy a pre-construction condo in an area where I know the rent will be high enough to carry my expenses,
right.
and renting it out and having somebody else occupy that property until maybe down the road I'll eventually take possession of it. But buy and hold is the way that I think about investing.
Other people's money.
That's right, yeah. So, you know, even buying a couple of units, if it's a great building and the pre-construction price is a decent price in an area that, you know, we know there's growth and development coming, then it's a good long-term investment.
What's a good area?
Sure. Well, again, going back to the transit, anywhere along transit lines, anywhere where there's entertainment and amenities and ease of living.
Yeah.
Close to the city is always great because of how great the rental market is downtown Toronto.
Sure.
But really having, you know, anywhere along the transit lines, I would be looking at.
You almost have to have a crystal ball.
You do. You can do your research, but you know, sometimes we do have great instincts for these types of purchases. And, you know, do your fact checking, do your research, but then trust your gut too. And if you know that it's a good area, then invest.
We were talking off camera about the one that's being built coming up. I mean, there's all sorts of building going on in Port Perry. There's supposed to be over 1,200 units being built between now and 2022 or 2021. Nobody seems to know exactly what, but I'm told that one of them is a condo assembly there.
Yes.
That might be something to look at now.
For sure.
They're just breaking ground with it.
Yes, and I've also heard the same information that there is condo development coming to. They're calling it waterfront, and but it'll be interesting to see the response that a development like that gets in an area like Port Perry, where there is a lot of people currently in Port Perry that will be, you know, downsizing, that have been there for 20, 30, 40 years.
Absolutely.
Love the area.
Yeah.
And, you know, a condo may be a better option for them than even downsizing to a small bungalow or a property that will still have some maintenance for them to do.
There are no bungalows around there.
Yeah.
Okay. Status, let's do common elements.
Sure. Yeah. So
talk to me about common elements, what they are, and what's the value? Like, what are they?
Yeah. So common elements are all the areas that are essentially owned and shared by all of the occupants of the condominium. So something like hallways, elevators, lobbies, the gym, the pool, the party room, and your monthly condo fees are allocated according to usually the square footage that you occupy out of the whole building, and everybody pays into that monthly to maintain those areas. Even property management and lawn maintenance and things like that are factored into that.
Oh, so you don't garbage removal, all of that stuff.
Yes.
So basically, it's like a one-stop shop. You're paying. You know, your maintenance fees are basically covering all the stuff that you want to do.
That's right.
Now, some of the newer ones, and correct me if I'm wrong, have like, you know, entertainment rooms, like viewing rooms.
Theater rooms.
Theaters.
Yep, theater rooms, concierge, all sorts of what they call high-end amenities. So those buildings will definitely reflect higher condo fees to have those services. Yeah. Okay,
so now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty here with status certificate. We always hear about, you know, the condo has a status certificate and it needs to be approved by your lawyer. They have to look at the status certificate. What is it and what does it do?
Well, the status certificate is probably the most important factor when purchasing a condo. Essentially, it's a snapshot of the condo corporation, which is sort of like a government in itself of that particular condo building.
Right.
And it outlines everything from the reserve fund and how funds are allocated to who's on the board of directors and what the maintenance budget is for the building. If condo fees are scheduled to increase, all of that information will be in a status certificate. Also specifically to the condo unit that you're purchasing. So your lawyer will review this document and it will also outline if there's any unpaid fees from the current owner associated to that unit, which is important information to have as well.
Just like unpaid taxes, for example.
That's right.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What else? What else would there be there? Is that You're saying that's a snapshot of everything to do with
the whole building as well as the individual unit.
So there are things that, let's say you're buying an older condo.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure that, is there enough money in there for the windows, if the windows need to be replaced, or if it needs to be a roof replaced, that sort of thing.
That's right.
So those are little red flags that you're looking for.
Yes. Well, that your lawyer would be looking for.
Your lawyer, yeah.
Correct.
No, I don't pretend to do that myself, but so that's always something that when you're putting an offer in on a condo, it's always conditional on the lawyer taking a look at the status certificate.
Correct.
And typically that's a little bit longer to do, correct?
It can be. I mean, the condo corporation has 10 business days to supply the document.
Okay.
And then the amount of time allocated for the buyer's lawyer to review that document, that's determined by the agent that is drafting the offer on behalf of the buyer.
Okay.
Normally 5 business days, sometimes a little bit less. And, sometimes the status certificate will already be available, so we can shorten that duration of time, the 10 days needed to supply the document in the first place.
So the seller would
yes,
apply for, get that, and
that's
that would
right.
be
Small fee. There's a small fee to obtain the document, but more and more we're seeing, agents trying to streamline that process a little bit more, and having that document ready. There's a bit of a danger with that as well, because the document is only valid for 60, 90 days before you have to apply for a new one, because it has to be current. That's right.
They don't last.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people get condos and co-ops mixed up. Very quickly, because we're running out of time.
Sure.
But what's the difference between a condo and a co-op?
Well, the easiest way to explain it is, in a condo, you own your own individual units with the condo fee that helps to pay for the shared areas with other owners.
Okay.
In a cooperative, you own a share in a company that owns the whole entire building, and your monthly fee reflects your portion of the mortgage to pay for that particular building.
See, that was the answer I was looking for.
Yes.
I knew I could count on you for that. I think that's about it. Well, very quickly there, industrial condos. Are they big?
Great question. Industrial condos are becoming a really great option for business owners, because lease prices these days have skyrocketed as well.
Right.
So often buying an industrial condo, your monthly expense will be lower than if you were paying a lease to a landlord. And there's more freedom. You're the owner, you're the landlord, and you're also building equity over time in that purchase.
Perfect. I want to say thanks. I really want to say thanks to Dominika Stoller from Coldwell Banker RMR for taking the time to be with us. I hope we've answered some of your questions. Feel free to drop us a line at rogerstv.com/sold with Sean Lackey. If you have any topics you'd like to see covered, or maybe just give us a little feedback on how great this show is. Thanks again, Dom. And come on back. See us next time.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
The Funny Footpath is the most challenging wilderness trail in Atlantic Canada.